Fun fact, a group of alligators is called a congregation. If this ever happens and Akane is the one who's doing it, remember, that's still real. The episode will just end. I promise you. I promise you. I haven't forgotten. Some of you have forgotten. Some of you have just forgotten. But do not forget, I remember. If Akane pops up with this, remember that I remember. And if you see that the episode is like 10 minutes long, remember that I remembered. Good day, good people. It's another fine day in the year of the Radiance Tooling. Dave, Bravo, Anomaly, the Anomaly Cars, also Dave, and your nice Aviator here. This is the part where I usually say, few know me as the man who's X, Y, and Z, but I'm not going to do that because we got so much stuff to do this month and it's going to be awesome, to say the least. It is time for the... Bring it up. That's actually wrong. It's not a championship match. It's just a regular episode of the Danganronpa Hunger Games for now. Because it could be a championship match. Let's not take that out of potentiality. We have done so many episodes over the years. Gosh, it's been so long at this point. However, we've done some golf. Today I was like, let's do miniature golf. Let's do a little putt-putt. Because I drove by a putt-putt recently. I was like, man, I haven't been to a putt-putt in ages. I need to go do some... Actually, that's not entirely true. I've done miniature golfing in like the past... Was it the past? It wasn't last year. It must have been the year before. Anyway, it was fun. I lost, but I got the Danganronpa characters here who I believe would do better than I did in miniature golf. I'm a big man. I don't mini golf. Here's your competitors. We got from Danganronpa 1 Makoto, Hina, Chihiro, Hifumi, Mondo, Freaking Sayaka, Toko, and Hiro. District 2 we see Chiaki, Fuyiko, Gundam, Crazy Oko, Ibuki, Nagito, Sonya, and Crazy Oko Extra Large, both Hyokos in action as we go to District 3. Tag Team Champion Komaru, future Hall of Famer Komaru. We got Jotaro, Kotoka, Masaru, Monika, Nagisa, Dr. Taichi, and Yuta. District 4 we see Kaede, Angie, Himiko, Kaito, Kokichi, Miu, Ryoma, and Shuichi, who only has 2 more opportunities to have chaos rained on him. If chaos doesn't rain either of those 2 episodes, today or next week, he is in the clear to head right to the finale. But standing in his way in District 5 is Kizakura along with Chisa, Juzo, Munakata, Maruka, Mitarai, Young Mitarai, Seiko, and Izio. And lastly, in District 6, we have the Bears. And a rabbit, Monokuma, Usami, Monodam, Monokid, Monofini, Monosuke, Monotaro, and Shirakuma Hand. Well, you heard me say it, but now you're gonna hear me do it. Shuichi. Except it's forcing me to type in the entire passcode. Hold on. Done button, there we go. It just didn't click done for a second. That being said, I think you better get ready because this could be for the title. As we swap back to the regular Agent of Chaos wheel, we are kind of at a point wait a minute, there we go. We're kind of at a point in 3, there we go, 2, 1, it just doesn't want to click today. We're at a point where it's a really good sized chunk. And I wouldn't be surprised if it hit this time or next time. Shuichi, will you walk into the finale with this title? Let's find out. We've got this episode and next episode, and Kizakura staring deep into Shuichi's eyes said, will chaos reign on this day? It does not. Does not. Shuichi's safe, but is Kizakura just waiting until the 1 versus 100 episode to cause the grandest of chaos? We'll have to wait. Because for right now, we got a whole thing of things to do, a whole game to get through. So let me know your picks for first, second, third. Tell me Are you any good at miniature golf? Do you enjoy miniature golf? When was the last time that you've been miniature golfing? Those are the things that I want to know. Let me know those things. The things that I wish to know. Yes, tell me. I've already told you. I think it was some like specialty miniature golf course. It was in DC. When did I last go to DC? It wasn't the last time I went to DC though. So it was probably 2 years ago. But it was fun. I was not great, but I did hit a couple hole-in-ones, so I was like, oh yeah, it's your boy. I didn't hit some hole-in-ones on the other holes. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that at all. We are going to talk about is your comments. You can pick them for first, second, third. And while you're doing that, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe because it all helps. It all brings everything real close back together. And your comments are important. Much like this one. Much like, yeah, that one right there. And while I'm thinking about it, from this most chaotic of rumbles, I'm gonna read this one by Ace AW because I think it fits. I think it fits real perfectly. Spoilers. Kokichi Omo winning the Hunger Games by virtue of being a gremlin. A true gremlin. True words have never, ever been spoken. There were a lot of good comments from last time because it was a crazy way to end the episode. That being said, I'm going to make my picks. Give me for first Gundam because that's still my guy always and forever. For second, I'm gonna take Juzo because he doesn't get a whole lot of shine. He doesn't get a whole lot of shine. For third though, I'm gonna take Himiko. We're gonna take Himiko because I think that was the original Justice for Himiko. That's all she wrote. That's all the time we have to go through the comments and whatnot. Friday Night Inferno, as we step forward even further on the beaten path to Ticket to Paradise, returns tomorrow. Something else comes tomorrow, which is fun. We'll get into all that tomorrow. That's Friday Avy's job. Unless he does something goofy, like trying to mess with, I don't blame him for trying to do what he did, but probably shouldn't have done it. Trying to be a little bit low-key, That being said, let's go and get this bad boy on the road. And there's only one way to do such, and that is to a mouse? Where's Asmir? Oh! Oh, y'all don't see him. This'll work perfectly. He's off screen again. Hold on. I'll put it right here. Alright. Let me see. Huh. Is this on? Oh, sorry. This is one of those Bluetooth ones, you guys. This is one of the Bluetooth ones that you actually have to turn on at the bottom. Alright, now we're good. Yeah, there we go. Get over here, Asmir. Click and drag. Perfect. Great. Alright, here we go. Perfect. Alright. Let's see how many times we're rolling you, Asmir. How many times are we simulating? How many good times we got? 6, a full-on set. As we get closer and closer, let me remember to turn this off, actually, so it doesn't waste the battery. As we step closer and closer to the end of the unluckiest season, we got a not one time, a not 2 times, not even 3 or 4 or 5 times, but for today, for golf, not just golf, miniature golf, the golf that's the smallest of golfs. We'll go ahead and do this 6 times. No title on the line, but a spot to go on to that finale is. Let's see who gets there. As we proceed and start this whole thing off, it is the bloodbath, the tributes, standing on their podiums, the horns, they don't sound and horn bearers. Go ahead and hit them with it. Sound them. Oh, man, I'm goofing today. Alright. Thank you, horn bearers, but, we actually have to do this episode, so. Monokid grabs as many weapons as humanly possible. Seiko's beaten to death with a chair by Izioi. That's more than Kanji has done so far in chairs matches. Who will he face this coming week? We will see. It will be the opponent that Kaito will be facing at Ticket to Paradise. Let's see. Monodam runs away from the cornucopia. Usami and Kaede fall in love at first sight despite the circumstances. Hina finds an invitation to the World Pancake Championship Invitational inside of the cornucopia, and you better believe, right over here, she's gonna be in that match. Which, as I say, is filling up. Hina, proud representative of a certain group. We love to see it. Hopefully you get that title. Or maybe Boss will keep it. I'm okay with either one of you. Himiko, Shirokuma, Kokichi get into a fight. Himiko triumphantly kills them both. Well, you know, that was one of my picks. Let me also bring open the secret achievements because 3 of them could hit today. One of them is Orteal exclusive. In fact, this is the final opportunity, technically, for 2 of these to hit, so we're just gonna have to wait and see if it happens. Ryoma gets a kitchen knife. Chihiro severely injures Masaru and leaves him there to die, backed by unpopular demand. Monokuma. Juzo receives a vision of him dying brutally at the hands of Chisa and Nagisa as he sees them approaching, uses foresight to avoid dying, rather. Gundam finds a torn photo of Fuiko within his pocket, the word friend scribbled on the back. Crazy Echo takes a chuckle from inside of the cornucopia as her larger self runs away. Hiro finds a bag full of explosive. Jotaro opens a pack of gum. As he enters the arena, Makoto, Chiaki, Sayaka suddenly appear and they're like, we want some. Come get some then. As Monica finds a gun in the cornucopia. Unfortunately, she shoots herself in the foot. How unlucky. Let me use the blue this time, actually. Monica! Some for you. And she gets Misfire. Will we see some more? Let's find out. As we got Toko running away with a lighter and some rope. Mew steps off of her podium too soon, just a smidgen too soon, and blows up. Fun fact, a group of alligators is called a congregation. If this ever happens and Akane is the one who's doing it, remember, that's still real. The episode will just end. I promise you. I promise you. I haven't forgotten. Some of you have forgotten. Some of you have just forgotten. But do not forget, I remember. If Akane pops up with this, remember that I remember. And if you see that the episode is like 10 minutes long, remember that I remembered. Mondo arrives at the arena. His memory is wiped. The sole thing he can remember is his name. Angie grabs a machete. Kamara runs away from the cornucopia. Munakata runs away from the cornucopia. Nagito enters the game feeling a little under the weather, so Monotaro and Kizukura comfort him and take care of him the rest of the game, or at least they offer to. Taichi and Shuichi fight Ibuki and Kaito. Ibuki and Kaito survive. The champ is gone. Luckily, the title's not on the line. Hifumi takes a handful of throwing knives. Kotoko refuses to believe that any of this is real. Ruka tries to explain to Monokuma that she's not supposed to be there, that this is all some wild mistake. Monofini grabs as many weapons as humanly possible. Sonya runs away from the cornucopia. Yuta finds a bag full of explosives, and Mitrai was forced to come out of the deepest pits of the underworld for this, and he's not too pleased. He says this isn't quite kosher as we proceed once again. It is day 1, and Monokid confesses how much he has come to hate Chisa. Chisa says, meh, feelings mutual. Mondo creates his own super identity and lists Ryoma as his sidekick. That's real entourage of those two, huh? Monica receives a bottle of poison from an unknown sponsor. Gundam and Komaru are sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. Don't tell Makoto, he's down there performing a fatal air combo on Kizukura. Sayaka receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Munakata sleeps through the day away from everyone else. Angie and Hina also join him in destroying Kizukura. Monodam, I think my favorite of the Monocubs, ask if he can be in the World Pancake Championship Invitational. I say, you know what? My favorite of Monocubs? Absolutely not! Fuiko and Yuta play tic-tac-toe on an image of Crazy Yoko extra large's head, while Crazy Yoko mails me some brand new socks. Thank you. It ain't really like it. Fun socks? I mean, you can wear some fun socks in summer. I think, fall and winter are like the real fun sock seasons, but Himiko slams Toko through a table. Nagito receives a gift from a secret admirer, a giant stuffed bear. Kaede raises Mitsurai's hopes, then dashes them quite expertly. Hiro embraces spring and plants Rose outside of his campsite. Kaito uses his secret technique, running away. Usami discovers a cave. Jotaro is making Chihiro angry. Jotaro's not gonna like the ultimate when he's angry. Ibuki wakes up dead. Kotoko, Monokuma, and Juzo band together to fend off a pack of starving wolves. Hifumi kills Chiaki, then revives her as an undead minion. Nagisa Baby Ruka accidentally bursts out the fact that she likes Sonya in a non-platonic way. Sonya says, ew, affection, and kills Ruruka. Dang, you didn't even do that to Kazuichi. Who would have thunk? Monosuke raises Izyo's hopes, dashes them quite expertly. Monotaro finds a sword, shiny and sharp, from a secret admirer. And Monophony spends a whole day walking around in shoes made of Lego. She is truly transcended beyond humanity. Goodness gracious. We lost 10, the perfect 10, and I think we still have 30 remaining after this. Third Day Loon 4. Seiko, Shirakuma, Kokichi, Masaru, Mew, Taichi, Shuichi, Kizakura, Ibuki, Ruruka. We'll peek at everybody's statuses. I'm like pretty sure. Actually, I think there were not 40. I think there's 48 actually. So I think we have 38 left, don't we? Correct. 8 more than I thought. And Danganronpa 1 is untouched. Danganronpa 2 has lost their Ibuki. Ultra Aspergos has lost Taichi and Masaru. It still feels like he's misstepping even in this one. V3 is struggling a little bit. They've lost 3. Danganronpa 3 is suffering the same fate. They've also lost 3, and the Bears have just lost Shirakuma. But we got plenty of game to get through. We got so much time, 38 people still left. Unless there's an arena event or a feast or something, we got smooth sailing for a little bit, and as we proceed, the sailing has a lot of things that are happening. Sonya, Monokuma, Mondo, and Jotaro attend a hard cider drinking contest. Sonya wins as the others slowly die from alcohol poisoning. Mondo, I figured you could handle it. Monokuma, I didn't think you could even die from alcohol poisoning. Jotaro, well, yeah, that one's expected. You don't drink when you're too young. Don't do it. Wait until you're the age of drinkability. Whatever it is in your neck of the woods. Munakata, Kotoko, and Monotaro find the Triforce. They each take and also drink responsibly. Take a piece for themselves. Munakata now has the Triforce of Courage, Kotoko, Wisdom, and Monotaro, Power. Nagisa, Crazy Oko, Extra Large, and Mitarai enter a scrum day with Chiaki, Juzo, and Monophony. They argue over what will happen first, me giving Waffles a chance or Sayaka a chance. Well, as days go by, it feels like Sayaka's gonna get a chance sooner. Cause Waffles, one day I'm a curb stomp some Waffles. Angie is about to die, but Ryoma says that doesn't count. Kaie, Day, and Monica are enjoying some steamed hams together. At the same time, Usami is getting burned alive by a nearby Aurora Borealis. I didn't even house that, but I'm not here to ask questions. We don't ask questions anymore. We just see Sayaka finding a big red button, press it immediately, as if she were drawn to the glowing red light, but it doesn't do a thing. Lucky her. Hiro and Gundam work together to drown Nagisa. Goodness gracious, boys. Crazy Oko and Makoto are trapped in a box for the night, so they use their imaginations to liven things up. Fuiko caught a glimpse of the elusive Mamakuma. He's just seeing things, right? Monodam's obnoxious snoring renders Himiko, Chihiro, and Komaru unable to sleep. Kaito activates Berserker Soul and keeps drawing monster cards until Chisa has negative life points. Well, you know, the monster cardos, it's dangerous. Monosuke lets Monokid into a shelter. Izio is getting ready for AV Mania. Hina rigs Hifumi's shelter with explosives but accidentally trips over the detonator, blowing herself and the shelter to smithereens. Yuda's so desperate to kill Sayaka that he creates a clone out of her and kills said clone, but like, she's alive out here. She's right up there anyway. Toko signs a petition to change American football to Yeet Ball as we proceed again. It is day 2, and Crazy Oko wonders what events are canon to the Danganronpa Hunger Games lore. Fuiko smells a rat. Sayaka's unknown sponsor is Raid Shadow Legends, name a more iconic trio than Chiaki, Monosuke, and Toko. I'll wait. Come on. Munakata reminisces about Season 1. Shiro sees smoke rise in the distance, decides not to investigate. Monotaro reminisces about Season 4. Himiko has balloons, Izio comes and pops them. Makoto, Kotoko, and Monophony come up with a complicated escape plan. Crazy Oko Extra Large reminisces about Season 1. Monodam receives milk supplies from a mysterious man dressed as a wizard. Juzo strangles Mitarai with his brand new socks. You villain. You fiend, but you also are one of my picks, so it is what it is. Nagito washes hands in the river. Komaru suddenly exclaims, not the Komodos for every reason in particular. Sony does a cool skateboarding trick to amuse Yuta. Gundam dyes his hair gold. Maybe just like the streaks gold. I'd be like the streaks of like grayish white. I'd be okay with that. Aw, Angie. You know a thing or two about tag team champions, don't you? So don't you dare be sour. Clap for your world famous tag team champs and feel the power. It's the fan club. Yes, it is. But you know what it isn't? Ryoma being alive. Because Monica and Kaito drown him. Kaede gets a hold of my soundboard and plays I Want It That Way. And you know what? Where is it? Has it never been on this page? That's crazy to me. Yeah, I guess it's right there. That's what she does. Monokid creates his own super identity, enlists Hiro as a sidekick, and Hifumi violently shakes a tree to knock loose some fruit. We lost 9. A very sad 9 brings us to a very solid 29. And so, I can say with certainty that these 9 competitors in fact did not want it to end this way. But they get a Claire de Lune anyway. 4. Monokuma, Mondo, Jotaro, Usami, Nagisa, Chisa, Hina, Mitarai, Ryoma. Well, we gotta keep on keeping on, don't we? We have 29 left, just larger than a standard size game. Danganronpa 1 has finally lost 2 folks. They are down to Makoto, Chihiro, Hifumi, Freaking Sayaka, Toko, and Hiro. Danganronpa 2 is still only losing Ibuki. They still have Chiaki, Fuyiko, Gundam, Crazy Yoko Extra Large, Sonya, and Nagito. Ultra Despair Girls are now halfway gone. They still have Komaru, Monica, Kotoko, and Yuta halfway through, as well as V3, Kaede, Angie, Himiko, and Kaito. Danganronpa 3, they're down to just 3. They're struggling the most. Juzo, Munakata, and Izio are holding down the fort, and the Bears still have Monodam, Monokid, Monofune, Monosuke, and Monotaro, the final 5 of the Bears. In fact, all 5 of the Monocubs, surprisingly enough. RNG is a little funny like that sometimes, but it ain't over yet. It ain't over in the slightest. Will we see these secret achievements hit, or will you guys guaranteed get 2 fan votes today? Let's go on and see. Let's proceed and see. We see Munakata and Chihiro exercise under the stars. Chiaki, Monodam, Nagito have a scrum debate with Kaito, Fuyiko, and Gundam over who's better, the squad. You better believe they are. The entourage, you better believe they ain't. The answer is obvious here. I wonder what Kaito and Fuyiko are going to decide since they're on the same side. Angie never wants to hear Megalovania ever again. Kotoko buys a deed for a house, now she have parties every week, baby. Monica ain't afraid of no ghost, but Sayaka is fairly terrified by some ghosts. Toko takes power, 247 million perish. I believe that. I believe that. Crazy Yoko discovers the mastermind and is killed for it. The death is made to look like an accident. That's, you know what, better than her actual death. Monosuke challenges Monofune into a dance-off. Monosuke absolutely dominates. Hifumi has no more motivation. Kaede sings a romantic song to Izoi. When the two of them begin to lean in for a tender kiss, Kaede notices Komaru filming them, which makes Kaede shout at Komaru. Former tag team champions together. Who would have thunk? Monica holds a secret meeting with Hiro, Crazy Extra Large, Sonya, and Juzo. Yuta prepares seaside homicide. It works and he kills Monotaro. Rest in peace. Makoto is getting ready for AV Mania, and Himiko finds a dark Deva in the arena. It attacks her and bites her straight to the heart, killing her. You hate to see it. We've seen a lot of people getting ready for AV Mania. Luckily, this arena event is AV Mania, right? No, it's just day 3. Kaito finds Shuichi's hat, sobs a little bit, and puts it on, saying, "I'll win it for you, champ." Crazy Extra Large and Chiaki talk about their lives. Monofune wants me to give donuts a chance. Once again, I love donuts. Kotoko brains Gundam my picks. Why? Stop doing this. With a dumbbell. Monokid finds his body and messes around with it for fun. Sonya is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Yuta gets his ultimate talents like a license revoked. Luckily, he didn't have one, so he must have had a forged one. Toko, our unknown sponsor, Sayaka. I really don't like that. Makoto and Izoi, the 2 people who were preparing for AV Mania, split up to search for resources. Angie plants flowers around Monica's grave. Monica screams from behind her, "Hello, I'm still alive!" Angie simply says, "For now." Pillars of lava shoot out of the ground at Chihiro. In Munakata duel to the death, Munakata actually slips because he's so oily and falls to the ground. Just as a pillar of lava erupts underneath him, Fuyiko finds the right half of Nagito's body. Where's the left half? Juzo tries to sleep the entire day. Monosuke is not funny, has never been funny, and never will be funny. Hiro works at Yoko's Items and Misfortunes, which happens to be hiring. Komaru is horrified when Sayaka goes to a job interview for it. Of course she would. Of course. Monodam hangs up missiles on the arena, and Kaede finds a water gun, fills it with holy water, fires at Hifumi, getting him what we lost. 6. Dwindling down, calming down from the 10s and the 8s, but now we got another 6. Or I guess 10 and then 9, and now we got a 6. It's a Claire de Lune for our fallen 6. Crazy Yoko, Monotaro, Himiko, Gundam, Munakata, Nagito, You hate to see it. But, you know what you love to see? Everybody's status is, we are not gone yet. Everything's still technically okay. For now. Right, for now. We are down to, we lost 6? How many did we have before this? We have 23 now. We had 29, I think. Makoto, Chihiro, Hifumi, freaking Sayaka, Toko, Hiro, still... Danganronpa 1 still doing strong. They didn't lose anybody this round, but... Danganronpa 2 is now down to half of their competitors. XL Sonya, Fuyiko, Chiaki. Still at half, Ultra Despair Girls, Kotoko, Yuta, Kamaru, Monica. Now down to 3, Kaito, Angie, and Kaede for V3. Now down to 2 is Juzo and Izuyoi from Danganronpa 3, and now down to half as well. The Bears have lost Monotaro, so Monodam, Monokid, Monofony, and Monosuke are the final remaining Monokids. Monokubs. Monokuma children. We're gonna proceed. I hope that the Monokubs kind of die in sequential order. We'll see if that happens. Let's go to the next round and we'll proceed to see. Monica makes a banquet for Chiaki and Monofony. They both love the food. I wouldn't trust Monica with any sort of cooking. I feel like I would perish. They are not gonna win. Quote me on it. Monosuke hugs Kamaru. Kamaru doesn't like it and kills him for it. The bears will not be dying in reverse chronological order. Hifumi goes to the dog hotel. I'm sorry, the dog shelter, the dog hotel. The hotel for dogs, that was a thing. But lets all the dogs out, so it was he who did it. Juzo becomes Monokid's emergency food. Hiro and Toko tell each other their greatest fears to grow each other's trust. Kaito and Kotoko track down and kill Sonya. Rest in peace to the princess. Yuta receives fresh fruit from an unknown sponsor. Fuyiko brags to Izuyoi that has 70 alternative accounts. Monodam sends a petition to change American football to Yi-Ball. Angie gets distracted. Crazy Elk Extra Large and Makoto start preparing for Spooky Month by doing the spooky dance. Sayaka, Kaede, Chihiro play a game of Monopoly. Sayaka loses all of her properties and flips the game board over. How dare. As Monofony, at the start of day 4, makes a life-size cardboard cutout of freaking Sayaka to spite Avi. There's been a lot of spiting me today, isn't there? You hate to see it. Monofony, I'm gonna get you. Monodam draws Among Us. Toka gets a hold of my soundboard and still plays I Want It That Way, even though that's not really gonna help people find the secret episode. You gotta play a different song for that. Hey. Crazy Yoko Extra Large makes a poem for Chiaki. Fuyiko feels like there's a duck watching him. Kaede catches Chihiro crawling from the ball, rocking back and forth, sucking on his thumb. It seems like he's lost it. Kaito shares his pancakes with Yuta. This kind act earns Kaito entry into the World Pancake Championship match, and you know what? You love to see it. Kaito's had one heck of a year. Kaito's still AWE champion. Could he hold the World Pancake Championship too? Hiro creates his own super identity and enlists Monica as his sidekick. Monica sucks the intelligence out of Kotoko, which shockingly works, leaving Kotoko literally dumbfounded. Angie beats Komaru with a steel chair. Sayaka, Izuyoi, Hifumi start fighting. Izuyoi runs away as Sayaka kills Hifumi, and Makoto trips over his own 2 feet, and the lucky boy is now hitting a little bit of a misstep. Ain't nothing but a heartache. Ain't nothing but a mistake. He's got the misstep. He didn't want it that way though. Just like as we've done for like the second time, or not the second time, but the second time this episode. These 4 definitely did not want it this way, but they still get a Clear Day Lune 4. Monosuke, Juzo, Sonya, Hifumi. And I'm gonna tell them why as we go onward. I think there's now just 1 soul remaining for Danganronpa 3, and it's Izuyoi, the last man standing on that team. Every other team has a couple people left. Danganronpa 1 still has Makoto, Chihiro, freaking Sayaka, Toko, and Hiro. We are 19 people, I believe. Let me double check that. Yes, 19. Chiaki, Fuyiko, Crazy Yoko all remain from Danganronpa 2. Ultra Spurgo still holding on to their 4, real strong. V3 still holding on to their 3, Kaede, Angie, and Kaito. And the Bears are now down to 3 as well. Monodam, Monokid, and Monofony. 19 remaining, 9 more until your saving grace picks, but for right now. Let's go on. Let's proceed and we will see how this game unfolds. Starting off with Fuyiko befriending a Komodo dragon wearing a small pair of aviator goggles. Toko's obnoxious snoring renders Crazy Elk Extra Large, Angie, and Komaru unable to sleep. Chiaki somehow steals every single item in Monica's camp without being noticed. Chihiro and Monophony hold hands. Sayaka's reflection in the mirror distorts her to show her true self as she pleads with what she sees. Kaede misses their planned meeting with Izuo has a sad feeling in her chest. Kid had a fever dream while sleeping, it seems that he has Kyoko standing over him as he wakes up. Kotoko teaches Monodam and Hiro to use ice magic. Kaito suddenly falls over dead. I did say he's been having a year, now he's having a death. Whoops. And Yuta and Makoto hold hands as we go on again to day 5. As Monica severely slices Yuta with a sword, and he doesn't believe in palindromes. Hiro attacks Kotoko, but Crazy Yoko protects her, killing Hiro. Rest in peace. Komaru thinks it's too dang hot. It's too dang hot indeed. Toko, Monodam make a list of chores for Kaede to complete. Fuyiko takes Izuo to Suplex City. Monica wishes for immortality and gets promptly disqualified for cheating. Chihiro, Makoto, Monophony, and Chiaki join the Jacksepticeye cult. It doesn't exist, it never has. And Sayaka starts to go a little bit crazy. With Crazy Yoko Extra Large in here, it's going to be a battle of the crazy soon. As we lose another 4, that brings us down to a solid 15. And these last 2 secret achievements really might not hit. They might not. I think both of them have hit before, but not in singles action, unfortunately. Will that fate stay true? It is a Claire de Lune for AWE champion Kaito, Yuta, Hiro, Monokid. We'll see everybody's statuses. Danganronpa 1 is now down to Makoto, Freaking Sai, Kotoko, and Chihiro. Danganronpa 2 still has Chiaki, Fuyiko, and Crazy Yoko Extra Large. Danganronpa 3 has Hunger Games champion Komaru, AWE tag team champion Kotoko, tag team champion Komaru, AWE tag team champion Kotoko, and Monica still remaining here. V3 is now down to Angie and Kaede. Izuo remains for 3 as their sole survivor, and Monodam and Monophony still holding strong for the Bears. Which team will win? Who will have the best putting score? I mean, we'll see. Shall we? 5 more into your saving grace pick, so we gotta just go on. 5 more. It's likely we'll see the feast, but we'll see if we see the feast. As Fuyiko receives an explosion from an unknown sponsor, Izuo fires a truth bullet at Sayaka. Sayaka pulls out an Uno reverse card, causing the truth bullet to change directions, exposing Izuo's lies and piercing his heart. Goodness gracious. And it doesn't end there. Everything's just violent here. Angie, resting a fruit tree, Monophony shakes the tree violently to retrieve the fruit, but it also causes Angie to fall on top of her, killing them both. Komaru, Monica, and Kaede get into a fight. Komaru triumphantly kills them both. That's big protag energy taking out another protagonist and the antagonist from her game. I remark on how well Makoto's doing. Surprisingly, Monodam dies instead. Oh boy, yeah, that's opposite day, my bad. Crazy Uncle's unknown sponsor is AV. Do I send some bias here? XL, of course I'm biased to XL. We go way back. Chihiro hits Chiaki with some sweet chin music. Toko looks at the nighttime sky, and Kotoko uses the spirit of the Great Pumpkin to change the arena date to October. Please get rid of this pollen apocalypse that's going on here. We'll proceed, and it is indeed the feast. And the cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons, memoirs from the tribute's families. Komaru does not attend the feast. She's like, I ain't going. I'm not having it. However, Crazy Yoko Extra Large is feeling like she's misbehaving. If she's not on this list misbehaving, well, you know what? If I write it again, I write it again. She's misbehaving out here with the potions in the cornucopia, shattering all over her. She's not feeling herself anymore. Chihiro takes a staff leaning on the cornucopia. Toko and Sayaka fight Fuyiko and Kotoko. Toko and Sayaka survive. Makoto gathers as much food as he can in a bag before he flees, and Chiaki bleeds out due to untreated injuries. No, those are not, yeah, they're untreated injuries from her match with Maki last week, where she got clapped, but as we proceed. Oh, I thought it was all over. I was like, huh? Komaru, Makoto, Crazy Yoko Extra Large get into a scrum debate with Toko, Chihiro, and Sayaka. They argue over who will let him in next, Saturday AV or Monday AV. It might be lead AV. As we proceed, we lost 9. That brings us well within your saving grace picks range, so after this, Claire de Lune 4. Izuo, Angie, Monophony, Monica, Kaede, Monodam, Fuyiko, Kotoko, Chiaki. 6 remain. Definitely not one from every team. V3 is out and Danganronpa 3 is out, and so are the Bears. Danganronpa 1 is still, they still got 4? Goodness gracious, you know what? More power to them, kudos to them, but most importantly, it's time for you to make some new picks because you might just need them. Your picks might have done terrible, drastically awful, and downright silly. But you know what's less silly? The ability for you to make some saving grace picks. Oh, we got him. You better believe we got him. What do we have? Oh, them. We got Makoto. Still here, still going strong, still standing tall. Started this season as champion, lost it to young Mitarai, and people were like, what a start to this season. Chihiro, the ultimate. You can never count out the ultimate. Never. Chihiro could easily win this game. Freaking Sayaka, nary a title to her name ever. This Friday is competing in the AWE, could earn a shot at Ticket to Paradise to become the inaugural tables champion, much to a certain aviator's chagrin. That would be me. Toko is also still here. Toko also could use some love in this series. Will she get it? We'll have to wait and see. Crazy Echo Extra Large. Look, she was a joke, then she became a mainstay, then she became a tag team champion, she's doing the entourage, she's done so much work in these games, but not more work than one of the greatest of all time in Komaru. Singles champion multiple times, tag team champion multiple times. She just needs the Pancake Championship, but she's done it all. She's done so much. She's a future Hall of Famer, and I'll be frank, she might win this game today. She might be trying to hold both titles at the same time again. She'd have to do a lot of work to do that, but it's still possible. Let it be known, first, second, and third, make your picks. I'm gonna make mine as well. After I tell you, then go ahead and get that subscribe button. Lift it up onto your shoulders like so. And then go ahead and drop it so the subscribe button bashes against your knee and it just gets knocked out, or click, because you know that's what you gotta do. Put that subscribe button to sleep. Make it change colors, do what you gotta do. But I'm gonna make my picks. I'm gonna take freaking Sayaka for first. It just feels like it's gonna be a Sayaka day. Who would have thought? XL for second, and give me the champion, the tag team champion rather, Komaru for third. Those are my 3 picks. Hopefully you've made your 3 picks, because without a shadow of a doubt, it's time. And these 6, Makoto, Chihiro, freaking Sayaka, Toko, Crazy Echo Extra Large, and Komaru are all still here. With the same heartbeat, the same pulse, and perhaps even the same determination, perhaps even the same fate as that of a samurai woman. Let's do it right here, right now. Let's proceed. Your final 6. It could all end before we get to the next roundabout. Oh my gosh, Crazy Echo Extra Large dies from hypothermia. Toko, wake up! Chihiro doesn't like this. Sayaka jumps into the air and finishes off Makoto with her signature Sayaka kick. The Sayaka kick, oh no! And Komaru stood in the ashes of a trillion dead souls, now her brother, one of them just moments ago, and asked the ghost of honor matters. Silence was their answer. So will she do the honorable thing? Maybe not. Now she's about to go full-blown crazy Komaru as we go to the next round. Sayaka's confused, why is there a pink Home Depot in the arena? Komaru gets drenched in honey, sticky. And Toko steals from Chihiro while he isn't looking. We are down to now your final, do we have? Yes, we lost 2. Our final 4, 2 are gone, and it is indeed a terrible turnabout for Crazy Hiyoko, Extra Large, Makoto. Everybody's statuses will go back. We are now out of Danganronpa 2 characters. It's all Danganronpa 1 versus Komaru. It is Chihiro versus Komaru. It is freaking Sayaka versus Komaru. It is Toko versus Komaru. And it is Komaru versus all. I think it is now highly unlikely that any of these secret achievements hit. I don't know if it's impossible for both of them to... No. They could still technically both hit, but the likelihood is much lower because we have 4 people left. We'll see if it happens, but for right now, Chihiro, freaking Sayaka, Toko, and Komaru are all caught standing here in what we like to call within our final 5, a crisis. of Fate. Are you ready? Let's do it. Final four, Chihiro, Sayaka, Toko, it all continues. Doesn't end, but Sayaka bludgeons Chihiro with death with— is that Justice Hammer 1? We have seen that thing recently, and it has won a game recently. Toko receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor, and Kamar wants to speak with the manager of AV's Ways of Despairs. You know what? She stood in the ash of a trillion dead souls. Asked if honor mattered, they said nothing, and she said, I guess I'll be a Karen. Who would have thunk? It is Sayaka, it is Toko, and it is Komaru. As we go to the next round, Komaru convinces her best friend to climb into a hydraulic press and crushes her to death. She really said, does honor matter? And she said, no! Sayaka receives fresh proof from another sponsor. It is Sayaka versus Komaru, and our final two, and it all ends! Because in the final two, it was Komaru and it was freaking Sayaka, but it was a flash sale down at AV's Wares and Despairs, and Sayaka simply could not resist, so she shopped till she dropped dead. Ladies and gentlemen, it is all over. We'll proceed once again. We lost 3. And in a moment's notice, it was indeed a terrible turnabout. 4. Chihiro, Toko, freaking Sayaka. However, none of those secret achievements hit. 2 of them that were BrantSteele exclusive will become fan votes. You won't know which 2 those are. I mean, you'll find out soon. I guess next week you'll find out. But, see everybody's statuses. Only 1 remains. And as we proceed, she is your winner. That's the wrong— I clicked it and I knew it was the wrong music. That's not a clue for the secret episode. That's just been happening in the season. However, what I can say is that your winner is, representing Ultra Despair, girls! You love to see it. As I've said, she is a future Hall of Famer, win after win, title after title. She wants to hold that singles gold one more again. Can she do it? Can she make it? If anyone can, it is your winner, current Danganronpa Hunger Games Tag Team Champion, Komaru, snatching a spot. Well, what can I say? Komaru, she earned it. She always does. She always finds a way. At the end, when we were like, she said, does honor matter after her brother died? And there was not a single remark. She was like, alright, I guess I'll kill everybody. Jiro perished, convinced Toko to climb into a hydraulic press, and then Sayaka perished at AV's Wares and Despairs. Fitting. Komaru, congratulations, and congratulations to you joining the singles bracket. Komaru now on both brackets could walk out as a double champion. She wants neither of those titles are the one that she needs. She needs to earn herself an entry into the World Pancake Championship match, which she is not in, unless somebody wants to put her in with a secret episode, which y'all good luck finding. That being said, Chihiro 4th place, Makoto 5th, Crazy Extra Large in 6th, Chiaki 7th, Katoko 8th, Fuyiko 9th, and rounding off your top 10, Monodam. Congratulations to them. We'll scroll a slow scroll through everyone else. All the way from 1st to 48th, and last place was Seiko, who, although placed terribly today, is a future Hall of Famer in her own right, not for nothing. Can't take anything away from Seiko. Sometimes you have good days, sometimes you have bad days. Most of the days that Kaito had were bad, but most recently in like the past calendar year, he's been feeling himself. More power to him. That's all the time we have for this episode. Let's go ahead and proceed. We'll see it started off with Seiko getting beaten to death with a chair by Izuyoi. Kanji, you gotta take notes, Kanji, take notes. And it all ended with a flash sale at AV's Wares and Despairs, and Sayaka dropped dead. The sudden end arena event. Wasn't expecting it, never saw it coming, but it ended right there. Komaru takes the victory. We'll proceed once again. Saw that freaking Sayaka did have 6 KOs. More power to her. Kaito with 5, Komaru with 4, Chihiro with 2, Himiko, Ibuki, Katoko, Monica, and Toko all had 2. Everyone else with 1 or less. That is the end of this game as we go back to the reaping. Do I have anything to tell you? I guess a fun thing that we can say, tomorrow will be another installment of On the Beaten Path Ticket to Paradise. We, most certainly and most definitely, will have a good time. However, Sakura and AWE champion Camilla will be in action. You see, they both want a certain match type for their championship match, so they will both be fighting. They have selected an opponent for each other. And the important thing is, it is a beat the clock challenge. Whoever wins quickest, whoever wins the fastest, whoever beats their opponent the fastest will win the beat the clock challenge. And if they lose to their opponent, well, we'll see what happens then. Toodaloo, Flight Crew, until tomorrow, get excited for it. Thanks for watching.